Nick and Monroe. Nick, what's going on today?
What's going on, gentlemen?
Nick?
First thing I wanted to say with the whole Oscars thing, it's interesting that when we were in a depression, people went to Hollywood and were, and uplifted them. But now when people are hurt, and I guess maybe there's a little bit of resentment in there too, that their lifestyle's really exposed, and now they're in the political scene. It might be a little bit of a distaste, no question.
I think a lot of America gets turned off by Hollywood. Iraq. A lot of Iraqi. There's a lot of war movie. The Valley of the Ella. There's this Javier Bardem running around in No Country for Old Men, killing people left and right. Michael Clayton's. It's got a depressing theme to it. I mean, maybe they just didn't want to. If you look at the numbers, the movie that did the best was Juno. Because Juno's kind of a feel-good movie. It made more money than any of these other movies made.
And that's about female pregnancy.
But it's a feel-good thing.
Not female, obviously female.
16-year-old kid,
young
teenage pregnancy. I think people get turned off sometimes by the taste.
Obviously, all pregnancy is female.
I hope so.
Yes, but you're talking about, basically very young, unwed mothers. But, that's the movie that everyone liked. I don't know the answer. Maybe it's political. Maybe maybe there is a frustration. I don't know the answer. I'm sure you will see plenty of stories on it in the next couple of weeks as everyone analyzes why Middle America does not watch the Academy Awards.
Mike, I tell you, I liked it. I saw it on a DVD this 10 days ago. I guarantee you, they can play the Valley of Ella. They could play it in every theater in the country for the next 3 months. Every seat would be empty. I mean, it's a depressing theme. It's the Iraq War. It's a crime. I mean, it's not a nice backdrop. Who the heck's gonna go see that? I gotta read. I see it every day in my newspapers. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go see a movie about it.
Well, I'm not
gonna do it.
See, I like movies that
you want to be uplifted.
I do. I like movies that either make you laugh. Yes, make you think, but I don't need more of the reality. I like a movie that will tell you a story or maybe lift you, show you the good side of the human spirit, give you some hope. I mean, you want to be uplifted. You want the movie to entertain you, and Make Believe does that, but you also want some movies that give you the good part of the human condition, that, like Rocky, they give you a movie that inspires or gives you a little hope or lifts the human condition. That's what you're looking for in the movies. That's what the movie gives you. You want the movie to give you a hero, give you a story. Even that Invincible movie, which wasn't a bad movie, that about the Philadelphia Eagles.
It wasn't a bad movie.
Wasn't a bad movie. Last summer they were pushing that movie. Wasn't a bad movie. It really wasn't. It wasn't bad. I watched it. I liked it. It was kind of good.
About Vince Papale.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Vermeil. Not a bad film.
It was pretty good. I liked it. When I finally sat down and watched it, I liked it because it was uplifting. It gave you a little Rocky feel.
Gave you a little hope.
Rudy feel. You want to be inspired.
Yeah, I don't disagree. And it's funny. I was talking to Roger today, Mr. Movie Man. He wants me to watch this thing about one of these old moguls, and he was saying that. And I saw Jaws on Friday night. I was like, I can't get enough of Jaws right now. But to make a long story short, he was saying what the theme was with Jaws. Did you know that movie only opened up in 1975 to 50 theaters because they did not want it? Everybody wanted it, but they did not want to open it up to 300 theaters because the producers and directors said, we want lines to this movie. We want 50 theaters, and we want lines around the block to go to this movie. And we put it in 300 theaters. That's not going to happen. We want people to have to work to get to this movie, and as it turned out,
well, you see,
but look how well that did.
I think lines around the block make movies.
I think it helps. Yeah, it's the old days.
I think it gives you a good feel. It's something special's there.
I got to go watch. And if you're not going to see it that night, you're going to go back and see it another night.
That something special is there, and that's why you hate that they'll ever do away, and they will eventually with theater. There'll only be special theaters. There won't be theaters because they're a waste of real estate now most days.
You see, a lot of these small towns get rid of these theaters.
Yeah, that's the problem. But you know what? There's still a good feel to the theater.
Oh, absolutely.
That you watch it with people, that you watch it in a place, that you sit there on a big screen.
And let's face it, though, Mike, sometimes when you go to a movie house with people in it, it is
annoying.
They are very popcorn, soda.
I understand.
Walk in late.
I understand.
And I sit there.
That's why.
It does drive you crazy sometimes.
Yeah, But the point of the matter is, you do lose a little of that when you watch it in your own living room.
You lose a lot. You lose a lot of it. I don't disagree. I mean, you lose that specialness of it.
You do.
You don't concentrate as much. You're distracted. All those things. Act, did you see how many of these did you see?
I think I saw 1 or 2. I didn't see that many.
Oh, you usually right on top of it.
No,
Act is 5.
I know.
You know what they are. You know if you saw 1 or 2. Did you see 1 or 2?
I saw Michael Clayton.
And you liked it.
Yeah, and I saw Juno. which I didn't really
Which you didn't like.
I didn't
And how
like.
about Reed? Reed's there last night on the red carpet.
Nice job.
Yeah, I saw Reeves did a good. He was the
Yeah.
only one who was any good. The rest of them was so bad. Oh my God, these women. I shouldn't say it that way. They couldn't interview anybody. If Reed just got a little personality,
Well, the
knows how to
funny
do
thing
it.
was,
the other ones are
I
terrible.
had to see it today. Gary Busey with Ryan Seacrest.
Oh, was it? I didn't see it. I didn't see that.
I mean,
can only
Gary
imagine.
Busey is out there.
Oh yeah.
And not only that, he kind of now he acted like he knew who Laura Linney is, and I'm not sure Laura Linney knew who he was.
This is
And Jennifer Garner's standing there too. And Jennifer Garner is standing there next to Laura Linney, two very nice young ladies, good actresses, especially Laura Linney. Jennifer Garner, we're waiting to see. If
And
she's
she was
really,
good in Juno.
Yeah, and I think she's got ability as an actress. But they're sitting there waiting. They're standing there waiting to get on Ryan's. And here comes barging in the crazy Busey, and I don't know, with him, he's out there, and he's trying to talk to Seacrest, and then he definitely. I don't think Seacrest knew who he was, and I really don't. I don't think it's just from him. I don't think he knew who he was, and the girls, I couldn't tell from Lenny, but Jennifer Garner, he reached over and he kissed her, and she said she went over then to talk to Seacrest, and she said, yeah, here I am on the red carpet being kissed by some guy I don't even know who he is. She didn't know who Gary Busey was.
she should.
Well, listen, she's young. He hadn't made a big movie in a long time.
I understand he's not Humphrey Bogart, but he should know.
And he looked disheveled. Okay, so maybe right away she was startled. She didn't realize who he was. Think about it. This is not Robert Redford.
I understand.
Okay? Now Gary Busey's had his moments, but it's been it's been a long time coming.
I guess you're right.
So she didn't know who he was. And she was like taken aback. You could tell she was like a little worried.
Did you see this?
Oh, this was
I didn't see
bizarre.
it, but I can imagine.
This was bizarre stuff. Bizarre stuff.
And Stewart, I didn't see. And Stewart was not funny last night.
No, he was not.
Wasn't on his A game.
And David Hinckley, the news made a great point. It's almost like he had no connection to any of these movies. He had no connection
Not
to it
only that,
whatsoever.
I understand he is supposed to be extremely reserved in his approach. That is his way of doing business on the stage. He wants to be kind of distant and very understated. But he was almost like he was falling asleep up there. Last
not
night.
good.
I mean, he didn't have. You got to bring a little energy to it. You got to make the people get a little pumped. Nothing. I mean, it was like, over here, yeah, here, and then throw out a couple of little jokes. But boy, and I like John Stewart. He had a bad night.
Bad night.
He had a bad night.
His act. He has a bad day most of the time. And I will see how he does on Sports Radio 60.
WFAN